Hey y'all, I hope everyone is having an amazing day. Um, Doing videos is really rough. But you know what? Here I am. I'm out here now, so you finna get it. Okay, so here's what I wanted to share. I was thinking about how sometimes we'll take something that was true when we were younger and make it true now, but 20, 30 years later. I'll give you an example. So, you might have had bad experience at school and bad experience with your parents, right? That might have caused you to say, as a 10-year-old, I can't have a trust for authority figures because they have failed me or they let me down. You might have came up in foster care. That's worrying me now. My hair up there. You might have came up in foster care and had bad experience with that, and so you said, okay, as a 10-year-old, I can't have a trust for authority figures, right? But then now you're 35, 40, and there's still a high level of disrespect for people that you perceive to be an authority. Now, I bet if we unpack that, it can be traced all the way back to when you were 10. When you're 10, your brain is not really fully developed enough to make a decision based off, to carry you through the rest of your life, right? It will probably do what it can to protect you, and that's why we come up with certain adaptations. I've talked about this before with our trauma. And then we say, okay, this is the way I need to think now in order to preserve myself. And that is okay, especially for some 10-year-olds, because you know what? Some parents are more broken than others, and it is rough out here, especially trying to raise up children. I know I got children. However, we don't want to get to a point to where we're 35 and 40 still holding on to a truth that was only true when we were 10. Now we have time to unpack our reasoning and come up with more functional reasoning. So we can say, okay, I don't have to despise every authority figure. And sometimes there's like so much disrespect. It's like, but you realize you're going to be in authority at some point in time, and you ain't going to be ready for the disrespect. Everything comes back full circle. Anyways, it's now time to unpack that reasoning and say, okay, I shouldn't behave a certain way towards all authority figures. Maybe I can sit back and observe some first, see how they do. Work on myself, work on me being able to trust authority again, and then go from there. Like, don't be out here disrespecting people because they look how your mom looked when you were 10. And who knows what your mama went through. She maybe just didn't have it in her. Or your dad, who knows? He might have didn't have it in him to give you what you needed, but now you are now 30, 40, 50, and you have the ability and more information than what your parents had, and so you can be a kind authority figure to young people. You can also go back and forgive your parents for what they did not know, or you can just kind of work on yourself, basically just saying, okay, look, I don't want to think like a 10-year-old anymore. Say that with me. I don't want to think like a 10-year-old anymore. That is not, 10-year-olds cannot function like a 30-year-old can. So now I have to do what I need to do in order to be more functional. So a functional reasoning would be, when it comes to authority figures, is okay, I'm not going to throw all of them out. There may be some that I have to watch a little bit longer before I give all of my trust to, and that's okay. However, we're not just going to come rolling off with the disrespect, because you know what? You can be 30 or 40 and still look like a 10-year-old. And we don't want to look like a 10-year-old, do we? We is grown, okay? Anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I love you. All right, bye.